we know that our mind without God is at war with God. And we know that there is the mind of God. We know that there's something, because in 2 Timothy 1:7, it says, for God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of love, of power, and of a what? Sound mind.
Havilah had asked us to come up the front if we were having reoccurring visions or thoughts from our past, and so I went up there because I knew that was me, and she started like relaying a list of things that ex-boyfriends or mothers had possibly spoken over us, and every time she said something, it was like I felt this weight suddenly drop every time, knowing full well that that had been spoken over me. And then Sarah Lynn came over and like held onto my hands and was speaking in tongues over me, and I just felt the heavens open in my eyes. I was just like crying, and it just felt like the tears were the memories leaving my body. And so after a good few minutes of prayer and crying, we went back to our seats, and she handed me a piece of paper that said, as if it had never happened. And I knew that that's exactly what it was. It was like it had never happened. So I went back to my car, and I tried to think of the images that had been plaguing me for years. Some were 20, some were 15 years ago, that they would flash back, and I would cringe with the shame and the guilt of those memories, and it was like they were completely gone. And I just think it's incredible how in an instant God can just take these memories and I can be free.
I want to see more marriages like free and in love and joyful and honoring to one another, and that we would encourage one another, that it's so evident that it inspires and calls us all higher in the way that we love, like how we talk to our children, how we love them, how we steward them, how we are consistent in our no and consistent in our yes to them, like how much that would change and sharpen all of us. Like, that's the beauty of the kingdom.
During the first night of the conference, the question was asked, does anybody have pain in their body? And I've had back pain for many years, and a couple of years ago I had a very major surgery, and the surgery was something that helped me so much, but since the surgery there's been a lot of just still rebuilding my muscle strength and my body, and I was very hesitant to stand up when the question was asked if there was pain, but I decided to stand up. And as I stood up, I felt nervous, but a good nervous, like I knew something was about to happen. Pastor Christine came over and she laid her hand on my back. My body got all warm, and the Lord started to heal the pain that was in my body, to heal the muscles. And now, 24 hours later, there's still no pain in my body.